Imagine Warren Buffett in the early days, quietly buying up a little-known insurance company, Berkshire Hathaway, not for the thrill, but to slowly reshape it over decades. What if I told you the secret behind his staggering success wasn't flashy charisma or big speeches, but something far simpler and rarer, something Thorndike calls the ultimate CEO superpower, capital allocation. But not everyone plays by these rules. Let's crack open the world of the outsiders, where the CEOs who ignored industry norms blew the market away. Most CEOs chase growth like it's the only game in town. But these outsiders, they see money as a tool, not a trophy. Here's how they handle capital like master craftsmen. Take Tom Murphy at Capital Cities Broadcasting. He wasn't a flamboyant CEO held up on magazine covers. Instead, Murphy quietly bought and sold TV stations with surgical precision, returning enormous gains to shareholders. His company's stock multiplied exponentially, outperforming the broader market by a whopping 20 times over decades. Capital allocation isn't just spending money, it's like wielding a scalpel instead of a sledgehammer. Think of it like a chess game where every dollar is a piece moved for maximum leverage. You don't throw pieces away. You reposition them strategically for a precise endgame checkmate. The payoff? An average $10,000 investment in each outsider's company would have turned into over $1.5 million 5 years later. That's not luck or hype. That's the power of patient, ruthless capital allocation beating conventional managers at their own game. Forget smooth talkers and headline grabbers. These CEOs swim against the current, proving charisma isn't the currency of true leadership. Here's how being an outsider pays off. Ronald Perelman, a corporate raider at McAndrews and Forbes, didn't seek applause or media fanfare. His approach was clinical and calculating, focusing on undervalued assets and ruthless deal-making to create wealth quietly without buying into the CEO celebrity culture that dominates today's headlines. Risk-taking here is deliberate, not impulsive, like a surfer reading waves rather than just charging in. These CEOs don't bet the company on bold, headline-grabbing moves. Instead, they take calculated risks, hedging bets and reallocating capital where it's needed most, smoothing out volatility like a seasoned pilot navigating turbulence. Their payoff? Unlike charismatic CEOs burning bright but fading fast, outsiders build legacies. They increase shareholder value steadily over decades, proving that stable, long-term gains outshine spotlight-driven, short-term market pops every time. If you had to pick one skill to define a great CEO, Thorndike bets on this: capital allocation. This isn't buzzword bingo, it's the difference between mediocre and market-busting companies. Thorndike profiles 8 CEOs, from Katharine Graham's stewardship of the Washington Post to Henry Singleton's reign at Teledyne, each wielding capital allocation differently but to spectacular effect. Graham doubled down on profitable investments while Singleton cleverly bought back shares when markets undervalued the company, a masterful dance with capital few CEOs attempt. Think of cash flow not as a trophy to show off but as fertile seeds waiting for planting. Smart CEOs don't hoard cash or spend on ego projects. They reinvest in their highest returns or return it to owners. Like a farmer rotating crops for rich soil next season, they nurture growth year after year. The stunning result is what Buffett calls the snowball effect. Those smart moves lead to compounding gains so powerful they crush the market. In fact, these outsiders' returns outperformed the S&P 500 by 20 times, turning every dollar invested into a small fortune over decades. So back to Warren Buffett quietly buying up Berkshire Hathaway. His genius wasn't just early investing, it was relentless capital allocation discipline, ignoring hype and doubling down on value. If you take one thing from the outsiders, make it this: treat your money like a surgeon treats a scalpel, precise, patient, ruthless. Next time you face a financial choice, ask, am I allocating for growth or distraction? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.